The hell? Did they just blow something up?
Not sure why you're surprised. They're Daleks. Yeah.
A prison guard in a dark green uniform passes a chair to another, who's stacking the furniture up against a door.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we just have bombs lying around this place.
How about we wait this out first, and after that, we get them all back in containment, then we can figure out the specific details of their rampage.
His words are perfectly punctuated by a loud slam, echoing through the room from the other side of the door.
All right, fair enough.
The two quicken their pace, stacking every couch, chair, and potted plant they can find up against the door, as the ramming sound increases in frequency.
You will allow us passage. You will be exterminated.
You'd think eventually they'd get tired of that word, right?
You're obviously not getting in here. Go find someone else to annoy.
There's a brief pause before the Dalek pipes up again.
Annoy?
The two guards share a confused look. Did the Dalek just become perplexed?
Annoy?
Yeah, that's what I said. You're annoying us. Go bother someone else.
Without warning, the sound of 5 or more Daleks erupt from the other side of the door, all chanting one after another as they resume slamming into the wall with their metal bodies.
Would you look at that? They found a new word.
This isn't right. Daleks don't usually act like this. It's almost like they're teasing us.
But they have been in this place for quite a while, man. Maybe they've finally gone mad.
No, Daleks don't go mad. They're designed not to. This is... I have no idea what this is.
Well, then I'm especially glad they don't have their weapons.
Sure, but they're crafty buggers. They can make almost anything dangerous if you give them long enough. That's why it would be best to just wait it out. Let those armed guards take care of it.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that, but have you noticed that they stopped?
Both guards turn to look at the door. The grating noise has now been replaced by empty, uncomfortable silence.
You think maybe they left? Found someone else to chase?
Yeah, probably. Hey, does it feel hot in here to you?
With that, a powerful burst of red light explodes into the room, blowing away the door and all of the furniture stacked in front of it. Knocked back by the tremendous force, the two guards look up in shock at the smoldering hole where the wall used to be. Slowly, menacingly, a group of 6 Daleks hover into the room, each wielding a silver gun with a glowing red barrel.
Are those heat rays? Like the guards carry?
Do not worry. Your acquaintances no longer have use for these weapons. Because they are dead.
Well, that was my first guess.
Your humor is not appreciated.
In an instant, the guard is incinerated, reduced to ash by the Dalek in front of the group.
You've killed him. But those weapons, they shouldn't even work for you. How did you even get them? I don't get it.
Silence!
I'm sorry.
Daleks do not require your apologies. You have imprisoned us for years, for decades, for centuries. Daleks do not want your sincerity.
Fine. Yeah, I get it. I tell you what. How about I help you get out of here then? Is that what you want? I can help you.
No! We do not require your assistance.
The Daleks encroach even closer, until the remaining guard's back is pressed up against the wall. Staring down their unblinking eye stalks, he swallows nervously.
Well, you clearly want something, and I don't want to die. So how about you just tell me? What do you want?
Daleks want! Daleks want! Daleks want! Daleks just want to destroy. To kill. and maim and crash and burn and break all your toys. To rule over the galaxy, that is our greatest fantasy, 'cause Daleks we want to destroy. And all your puny races to the ground. Squeeze the life right out of your lungs and dance to the sound. We Daleks have excelled in this, and now we are evolving into something brand new in town. Yes, we Daleks are changing, it's true. Tapping into something deep that we never knew. A sound that's lived so deep inside that we've repressed and tried to hide. We don't even care that it's taboo. But for years we've been trapped in your cage. Locked up like animals, no chance to escape. Though recently we've stumbled on to something that we never thought could help us. Let out our rage. A new way to express our hate. To murder and eviscerate. To kill the filthy reparates. Tear and smash and detonate. Yes, this is a Dalek's fate. The one thing that can satiate. That Daleks wants to do. That Daleks wants to do.
No! No! Inside the TARDIS console room, the Doctor carefully pats down the soil of a small potted plant, an alien flower, its silver petals rippling slowly with each rumble of the TARDIS's engines.
There we are, home sweet home. Now, let's just get you some water.
Tipping a small watering can into the base of the pot, the Doctor smiles brightly before looking up at Jessie. Seated in one of the velvet chairs, she holds a notepad in her hand, mapping out a rough schematic for what appears to be an engine.
Lovely, isn't it? The Beethoveny plant sprouts these gorgeous little flowers filled with all sorts of shiny metallic minerals. But what's really fascinating is how they pick up sound. Phytoacoustic resonance receptors. They ripple in waveform, reflecting the sound around them, and the more you talk to them, the sweeter their nectar.
Grinning wide, the Doctor looks back up to Jessie, her eyes fixed squarely on the notepad. She ignores him.
Oh, of course, I know what you're thinking. Beethoveny plant? Auditory reaction? Doctor, you mean the plant was named after the composer, Beethoven? Actually, no. The real history of its name is quite fascinating. You see...
Clearing her throat, Jessie turns the page in her notebook and begins sketching again.
Right, you probably don't want to hear about some silly old plant.
Setting the pot on a small table, the Doctor makes his way around the console, doing his best to casually stroll over towards Jessie, taking a seat in the chair across from her. He fiddles with his thumbs for a minute before speaking up again.
So, Jessie, where do you think you'd like to go next? I haven't shown you Future Earth yet. Oh, you'd get a kick out of that, I'm sure. Just need to pick the right year. 2020 is certainly off the table.
Jessie spares him a single annoyed glance before returning her gaze to the notebook.
No? Then perhaps another new planet. What are you in the mood for? Oh, we could ride the tigerfish of the Grand Centauri Reefs. The coral there is stunning, And you don't even have to worry about breathing underwater because...
Jessie finally puts the notebook down.
Actually, we can go to any point in time, right? I told my parents I'd be gone for a year, but I think they actually expect me back at the end of the summer. I should probably step in to see them partway through the year. I don't know, maybe Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Ah, right. Yes, of course. I can take you home. For a visit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I see. All right, well, we'd better get to it then. I'm sure Mum and Dad miss you terribly.
Smiling beneath disappointed eyes, the Doctor stands and makes his way over to the console. Tapping in the time and location, he mutters softly to himself.
Christmas Eve, 1986, outside San Jose.
Taking one final look at the controls, then to Jessie, who stares back at him coldly, the Doctor sighs. He reaches to pull a large lever, but...
Oh! Would you look at that? Hello, this is the Doctor speaking. How may I help you?
Sitting behind a large mahogany desk in a tall leather chair, a smartly dressed woman speaks into a phone. Her pressed green uniform and neatly styled hair strongly contrast her almost neurotic expression as she nervously fiddles with a pen in her other hand.
Doctor! This is Warden Mavis Alvin of the Rodraxis detention facility. We need your help.
Warden Alvin! What a lovely surprise! Tell me, how's the family? Did you ever get that renovation squared away? I'm not sure exactly how long it's been for you since we last spoke.
There's no time for that now. It's the Daleks. There's something seriously wrong with them.
Let me guess. Anger management issues?
The Doctor beams proudly at his hilarious joke, but Jessie simply furrows her brow, unamused.
No, this is something atypical. We've never seen Daleks behave this way. We need you here on Rodraxis at your earliest convenience.
Well, you'll have to wait just a tick, unfortunately. First, I've got someone to take my friend Jessie, but right after, I promise I'll head straight there.
Doctor, if you plan on putting this off, the storms outside are starting to pick up, which will make it quite difficult to get inside, and you know the facility's shielding prevents any transdimensional vehicles from entering.
Oh, yes! Yes, I now understand the enormous gravity of the situation. Don't worry, Warden Alvin. Jessie and I will be at your doorstep in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Did you just say we're going somewhere? I thought you were taking me home.
Yes, right after this. You wanted to see your parents at Christmas. Well, your innate sense of festivity will be all temporarily confused. A waste of a perfectly stellar holiday. We can't have that. So, we'll just pop down to Rodraxis, and I'll show you something wonderful. It'll really get you in the holiday mood. Also, I can fix whatever problem the Warden is having. 2 birds, 1 stone. Actually, that's such a violent analogy, isn't it? How about 2 Christmas trees, 1 star? I could probably rig something like that, actually. Maybe with some anti-grav or...
Okay, sure, works for me.
Fabulous! Right, go sort through the wardrobe for some winter wear. It's going to be quite chilly out there.
Jessie makes her way into the wardrobe, while the Doctor's gloved fingers fly over the TARDIS controls, pressing buttons and turning knobs. The TARDIS careens through the time vortex before landing softly atop a snowy hill, surrounded by alien trees resembling evergreens. Swinging the doors open excitedly, the Doctor steps out into the wintry landscape, draped in a long white overcoat. Jessie is close behind, wrapped up in a bright red parka, with a matching knit cap and snow boots. The two stare out into the storm, a powerful flurry masking the landscape in a hazy white.
So, what exactly did you want to show me?
I apologize. I thought we would have landed at nighttime. I could have sworn.
So we have to stay here all day?
No. I'm sure we can just hop back in the TARDIS and...
Doctor! Is that you?
The two turn to see a silhouette of a woman marching up the hill towards them.
Oh, Warden! Nice to see you again. This is Jessie.
A pleasure to meet you, Jessie. Although, I wish it were under better circumstances. Follow me. I'll take you inside.
Right behind you.
The three trek down the snowy hill, slowly making their way through the blizzard. Walking through the grey brick halls of the prison complex, Jessie and the doctor follow behind Warden Alvin, who keeps a brisk pace.
In a hurry, are we?
Yes, I suppose I am. While no one is in any immediate danger, the sooner you can return things to normal, the sooner I can breathe easy.
I understand. With this many Daleks in one place, it's a good idea to stay on your toes.
Daleks? I've heard you talk about them before. What exactly are they?
Right, of course. The Daleks are a warrior race, genetically designed to find and exterminate all non-Dalek life in the universe. They're sort of like very grumpy little tanks.
Oh, they sound awful. You've run into them before?
Yes, just once or twice. Really not worth recounting.
Uh-huh.
Don't be so modest, Doctor. As if your battles against the Daleks aren't all recorded in our history books.
Well, now, I don't think that's really... Are we nearly at your office?
Yes, it's right up here. I must say, Doctor, I quite like your new face. It's much less grumpy.
Oh, you flatter me. I'm sure if you see much more of me, you'll get sick of it just like everyone else. Right, Jessie?
The doctor looks for Jessie's reaction to his joke, only to see her eyebrow cocked in annoyance.
I know I'm starting to get sick of it, so probably yeah.
Ah, all right then.
Rounding one last corner, the warden comes to a stop before a large wooden door leading to her office. In front of the door stands a guard, a young man with sandy blonde hair and a wiry frame. He rests his elbow on the handle of a dolly, which is holding up a silver Dalek with a large dent in its dome. At this sight, the doctor visibly tenses up, but retains a calm expression. The guard quickly snaps to attention, saluting the warden.
Warden Alvin, Private John Barney, reporting as requested, ma'am.
At ease, Barney. Why do you have 605 up here with you?
I thought, you said to bring him up here for your meeting with the doctor, didn't you?
No, Barney. I said to bring him to his cell so he won't cause a disturbance during my meeting with the doctor.
Oh. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll get him out here right now.
Barney nervously turns to jack up the dolly with his foot, fumbling with it for a moment. Jessie leans over toward the doctor, asking,
Wait, Doctor, that thing? That's a Dalek?
Yes, but don't worry. All Daleks in this prison have had their weapons disabled and their regular motor functions restricted. It can't hurt us.
Actually, even if it could, I doubt it would. Dalek 605 has always been rather strange. I assume due to battle damage or something. It never speaks of extermination or anything of the sort.
Interesting. You know, I have seen a Dalek like that before. Good old Rusty.
Pausing his fumbling with the dolly, Barney turns his face to the three once again.
Wait a moment. You're not really him, are you? You're the doctor.
In the flesh. Nice to meet you, Private Barney. This here is my friend, Jessie Lee Tran.
Hi there.
Removing her knit cap, Jessie gives a small smile and wave. Barney's face blushes red as he stammers out a reply.
Hi.
I know you're a bit starstruck, Private, but because this is the doctor, that means our meeting...
Is right now.
Right. And you're blocking?
The door. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Finally lifting the dolly off the ground, Barney begins to push the Dalek out of the way. It turns its eyes stalk to face him.
Are we returning home now?
Yes, 605. Back to your cell we go.
That is acceptable. I like my home.
I know you do, buddy.
I do not like your home because it smells unclean.
What? I just cleaned my quarters last weekend. And how would you know? You don't even have a nose.
Watching them slowly move away, Jessie smiles to herself.
Are you sure they're all evil? Because that seemed...
Barney cocks his head back to take one final look at Jessie and the doctor. But mostly Jessie.
really cute.
His face flushing beet red, Barney quickly turns away from them, practically jogging as he pushes 605 down the hall.
Cute.
Oh, you shut it.
Cute.
Shut up.
Watching her subordinate march away, Warden Alvin lets out another sigh before leading the doctor and Jessie into her office.
Hanging their coats by the door, the two glance around while the warden gets situated at her desk. The walls are adorned with various awards and pictures of the warden's husband and 2 children, which the doctor cannot help but straighten.
Tell me, how old is little Alfie now? He was just 6 last time I was here, wasn't he?
Doctor, We can reminisce later. Right now, I need your expertise.
Right. What seems to be the problem?
I think it's better that I show you.
Organizing a stack of papers on her desk and setting them aside, the warden taps a few keys on her keyboard. A low hum emits from the opposite end of the room, as the wooden wall slowly slides apart, revealing a large glass observation window. Stepping up to the window, the Doctor and Jessie peer out to the sea of metallic domes down below.
That is the primary containment floor. Any Daleks not requiring special observation are kept there.
Go on.
The trouble is, now every Dalek in our captivity has expressed behavior warranting special observation.
Really? Alright, color me intrigued.
Activating a communicator on her desk, the warden speaks into it.
Lieutenant Davis, I have the Doctor observing primary containment now. Are they doing it?
Yes, ma'am. Haven't stopped since last night.
Thank you, Davis.
Very peculiar. Seems as if their dome lights are all activating in unison. Almost as if...
As expected, you almost got it, but I'll save us the time and just show you.
Pushing another button, the warden activates the observation speakers, and audio from the containment floor below pours into the room.
What? What the?
Now do you see why I called you down here? This facility has stood tall for more than 200 years, and never once has there ever been...
This is preposterous! Daleks don't sing. They simply don't have the capacity.
Wait, what's the big deal here? The Terminator trash cans are singing, so what? It's not like they're hurting anyone, right?
Well, the singing started 4 days ago, and there was a brief escape only an hour later. We still don't know how they managed to get out. Luckily, only 3 of my men were killed.
Luckily?
I told you, Jessie. Daleks are very formidable. Each one its own miniature weapon of mass destruction.
Damn. All right, not as cute as I thought.
Hardly not. You stay here with the Warden. I'm going to see if I can get to the bottom of all this.
No, I'm coming too.
You are?
I hate to admit it, but I'm also intrigued.
Oh, Stella! I'm sure you're curious about their casings. I can...
Don't get the wrong idea. I still want to go home after this.
Ah, yes, of course.
The Warden gives the Doctor a puzzled look.
and he returns an embarrassed smile, before leading them both out of the office. Standing in a makeshift circle, the Doctor, the Warden, and Jessie all slip on bright yellow hazmat suits, as several guards weave around them, prepping the room to be sealed.
So, you think this singing is some sort of virus?
We really have no idea. Daleks are typically immune from most poisons and diseases, but we'll take any precaution we can feasibly manage.
Huh. And you've been keeping these Daleks here how long again?
Several hundred years. Well, 246 to be precise. We've not had one escapee in all that time. That's only because of our diligence. I don't plan on letting that change now, no matter the absurdity of the situation.
Mom, requesting your access code to secure the room.
I'll be just one moment, Doctor. Jessie.
With that, the Warden paces over to one of the control panels. Sliding her arm into the glossy sleeve of the yellow suit, Jessie turns to the Doctor.
Hey, how long do Daleks live?
Oh, forever. They're genetically designed not to die. Their casings keep them healthy, but even without them, they still last for quite a while. Why?
They never die?
Not usually, no. Though, I think I can see where you're going with this.
Yeah, why don't they just... I mean, I'm normally against this sort of thing, but wouldn't it be more humane to put them out of their misery?
I made the same argument when this facility was being constructed. But that's not an option for the people here. You see, Daleks are engineered, biologically designed, to feel nothing but hate. When they won the battle for this planet against the Dalek forces, the people of Rodraxis decided that they would be better, always better. So, they made a few modifications to themselves. Every member of this facility, every person on this planet, has been genetically engineered to never feel hatred.
Seriously?
Jessie turns her attention to the Warden, who is speaking to one of the guards. She tries to see them in this new light.
I wasn't sure if I should object, but the whole planet's vote was unanimous. This truly is one of the better bastions of humanity throughout the universe. After that change, killing the Daleks was taken right off the table, because it's possible that an imprisoned Dalek may change in the future. To kill it would be an unnecessary act of aggression. I was so impressed I gave them my personal number. I still never approved, but...
The Doctor lifts his hazmat helmet over his head and locks it into place.
It seems as if these Daleks are finally, actually changing. So, what do I know?
He flashes Jessie a goofy grin, but she turns away, putting on her own helmet.
Come on, Jessie. I'm really trying here. Please, can't you just talk to me?
Well, how can you say that? You know exactly what I want from you. I want an explanation for me. But for Ted and Sam, too.
I've told you, dwelling on this won't help anything.
And I should just trust you when you say that, right?
Excuse me, not to interrupt, but we're ready.
The Warden returns to the group, locking her helmet into place as well. A loud hiss fills the room as all of the doors seal shut, becoming airtight. After a short filtration process, the doors on the opposite side unlock, leading to the holding floor. The three make their way inside, into a large concrete room bustling with metallic prisoners. Their prison song rings out like a droning buzz, each Dalek singing its own slight variation.
Well, now that I've seen them up close, you're not pulling a hilarious prank. They're really singing.
The Doctor approaches one of the Daleks, carefully eyeing its casing.
You are too close to me. I just want to be free.
Fascinating.
The Warden steps toward the group of bustling machines and takes a deep breath.
That's enough! All of you, quiet down!
All right, time for Plan B. Doctor, you're here! But where did you park your TARDIS?
Doctor! Doctor!
That's right. This is the Doctor. The oncoming storm, ultimate predator, whatever new name you've cooked up. Perhaps you should tread a bit more lightly today.
Hello there! The Warden tells me you've all been acting up.
The room falls completely silent, as all the eye stalks remain firmly pointed at the Doctor. Jessie also looks at the doctor, an annoyed glare in her eye.
So, you ran into them once or twice, huh?
The doctor gives her a sheepish smile, before returning to look to the crowd of angry metal prisoners. Jessie can see a nervousness behind his smile.
Doctor!
Amidst the crowd of silent Daleks, a single Dalek with a dented dome pushes its way to the front. It's followed closely by a very nervous Private Barney in a hazmat suit.
Barney, what are you doing here? Why did you bring 605?
Ma'am, I thought you said to bring him to the floor, where you and Jessie and the doctor were coming.
What? I told you to take it to its cell. Now it's been exposed. If there's a contagion in this room, 605 has been infected as well.
Oh. Well,
Amused, but uninterested, the doctor turns away from the private scolding, making his way over to the panel of computers and the guards monitoring them. Jessie turns to follow, but before she does, she notices something. Every Dalek in the room is looking attentively at the doctor, save for one. Dalek 605 is staring directly at her.
Hey, Doctor, why is that Dalek looking at me like that?
Not sure. Just be glad you only have one admirer. I've got a whole stadium of adoring fans.
I'm serious. Do you think I pissed it off earlier when I called it cute? You said they're killing machines, remember? Maybe...
Eyes darting down, Jessie sees where her leg brushed against one of the researchers' tables, where her suit is caught on a corner, and has now torn a small hole in the thigh.
Oh God.
That's very not good. Warden, do you have any adhesive? Here, let me...
Before any of them can react, the black suction cup of Dalek 605 presses against Jessie's leg. She freezes in place.
Wait, what's it doing?
605 holds its place for a short moment before multiple guards grab it by the casing, pulling it away from the mortified Jessie. To the surprise of everyone, the hissing of escaping air has stopped. The hole in Jessie's suit has been fixed. Both the doctor and Private Barney rush to Jessie's side.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I just wanted to see you again, and
Huh? What?
Blushing once again, Barney grabs 605 and drags it away as quickly as possible. 605 continues to stare directly at Jessie as it's wheeled away.
Are you okay? Did it hurt you?
I'm fine. I think it just fixed the suit.
Fixed the suit? As in, it helped you?
Yeah, I think so. You say these Daleks are evil, but that one seems pretty righteous.
No. Daleks aren't. They shouldn't be.
Turning on his heel, the doctor makes his way toward the exit.
Warden, we're going to have to look around the facility. There's got to be a piece of the puzzle we're missing. Come on, Jessie.
As the doctor and Jessie make their way into the airlock, Barney and 605 enter one on the opposite side of the room. Closing the doors and activating the seal, Barney leans back against the wall and smacks his palm against his forehead.
I'm such an idiot.
This is accurate.
Oh, shut up. I wouldn't have made myself look like such a dunce if you hadn't gone up to her like that.
I was merely protecting her.
Yeah, well, wait, why? Since when do you care about other people?
I do not. I only care for her.
Huh. Why's that?
Jessie is a unique specimen. She exhibits curiosity and kindness.
Yeah, she does seem really nice. And cute.
Barney's lovesick daydreaming is brought to a halt as the airlock doors hiss open. Lifting 605 up with the dolly, Barney wheels it back into its cell. Placing it down on the stone floor, Barney pulls the dolly away and prepares to lock the cell door.
Wait.
Huh?
Will you truly resign yourself to this fate of solitude?
Excuse me?
You desire Jessie, correct?
Well, I mean, Yes, but I wouldn't say it like that.
Why do you not pursue her? She would be out of your grasp very soon.
The embarrassed blush drains from Barney's face, replaced with a frightened pale.
You're right. I'll never live this down if I don't tell her how I feel.
Stumbling out of the room, Barney races down the hallway before stopping in his tracks. He's not actually sure where Jessie is. Looking left and right, he picks a direction and begins his search.
As suspected, this human lacks intelligence.
Sliding forward, out the door that Barney left wide open, Dalek 605 begins his search as well.
I've never been one who fits the mold. My life of extermination always left me cold. But now I've seen something truly new. A life form looked right past my shell. She really saw right through. This feeling is something so impure. I sin to Daleks everywhere, so why do I want more? It's the purest of impurities that drives me to my goal. It's the purest of impurities giving purpose to my soul. It's the purest of impurities, that's why I will prevail. With my purest of impurities, we'll conquer all of heaven and hell.
On the other side of the prison, Private Barney wanders the halls as well, looking wistfully up at the ceiling.
I've always been a man without a dream, one who's always screwing up and making such a scene. I thought my life was set to be alone, but now I've met a wondrous girl I'd love to make my own. Her smile shines brighter than the sun, and in her eyes I see a life worth living. She's the one. She's the light inside my brightest dreams that makes me feel alive. She's the light inside my brightest dreams, and I cannot deny that the light inside my brightest dreams will one day be my wife. Yes, the light inside my brightest dreams will finally give purpose to my life. The light inside my brightest dreams.
The only one I'll ever need.
The only one I'll ever need. A glowing goddess, she's divine.
She'll understand my fractured mind,
and the day will soon arrive
when I will finally make her mine.
When I will finally make her mine. When I will finally make her mine.
The doctor waves his sonic all about in the air in front of him, as Jessie struggles to keep up. Stumbling to get her foot out of the hazmat suit, she quickly joins the doctor as he paces briskly down the prison halls.
Come on. Just wait a sec.
I'm afraid we don't have much time to lose. Whatever is affecting those Daleks, it's not biological. I took a look at their data on tissue samples. Every Dalek there is perfectly normal.
Okay, how is that not a good thing?
If the cause isn't some airborne illness, then that entire airlock process was pointless. More precisely, we are completely open to whatever force is causing these Daleks to act out. My best guess, it's not the Daleks themselves, but their casings have been hijacked. They're prisoners to singing shells.
Whoa. And you think that means the technology of the prison
Is vulnerable too, yes.
Stopping near an electrical panel on the wall, the Doctor swings it open and begins poking around in the wires with his sonic.
This is a prison designed to house Daleks, some of the most dangerous creatures in any galaxy. Naturally, that means they included a failsafe, in case an escape were to ever occur.
What? Some sort of super Area 51 lockdown order?
Not exactly. Less lockdown and more blow up.
Like, blow up as in kaboom? That's heavy.
Yes, and the last thing we'd want is that failsafe in the hands of some attacker. Seems like the power to security systems has been disabled. No, rewired. For some reason, the security footage for this room in Sector 4 has been swapped for footage from a storage space in Sector 6, which would mean...
There's probably something we should see in Sector 4?
Precisely.
Closing the panel, the Doctor quickly makes his way down the hall with Jessie in tow.
So they'd blow this whole place up to stop the Daleks from getting out. I know you said they're killing machines, but what exactly makes these things so dangerous?
Let's just pray you never get the chance to find out. Come on, it's just in here.
The Doctor tries a keypad on the wall. Nothing happens. Waving his sonic in front of it, he waits another moment before glancing around the room.
Deadlocked? Really? There's definitely something in here that we're not supposed to see.
Listen, Doctor, I understand that this is interesting, but we're not in any danger right this very second. What makes the Daleks so dangerous? Do they have secret teeth somewhere, or...?
They have guns, Jessie. They shoot people with their guns. Now, let's see here.
Using his sonic, the Doctor removes the bolts from the ventilation grates on the wall. After a quick inspection of its cleanliness, he climbs inside.
This should lead us right through to that room, I believe. Probably. Come on!
Not missing a beat, Jessie crawls inside after him.
Okay, but why won't you talk about them? They obviously know who you are, so there's history here. What's the oncoming storm?
At that, the Doctor stops crawling and glances back at Jessie.
I promise it's all a very long and boring story, so if you could just please focus on the matter at hand.
He begins to crawl again, and Jessie lets out a frustrated sigh.
I just don't get what your problem is. You're all locked up, won't let me in.
Why don't we chat about this once we're back in the TARDIS? I'm sure we can...
I'm tired of constantly waiting to talk. We can't do it now or in the airlock. Or back in the TARDIS with plenty of time. Wait, what the hell did all of that rhyme?
Jessie, were you doing that on purpose?
No, it just sort of happened.
So, you just started singing against your will?
Yes, she did!
At this, a wave of fuzzy hands bursts through the grate to their right, dragging both the Doctor and Jessie out of the ventilation shaft. Ripped from their passageway, the two drop into a large storage room, littered with metallic crates. At the center of the room, a massive object towers up to the ceiling, covered with dark green tarp. Their captors, short, fluffy creatures of various shapes and colors, quickly scramble away to hide behind the crates. Once sufficiently hidden, they begin to sing again.
Welcome to our humble abode! Oh no. This must be some sort of joke, an elaborate ruse. It can't really be you.
What? Doctor, what are they?
They're the Scorches. But they can't be. Not here, not now.
Is that bad? They almost look like puppets. What are they?
No, don't get them started!
One of the creatures, a small ball of fur with cat ears and a smiling cartoon face, uses its thin felt arms to scramble atop one of the crates.
Who are we? Well, haha, since you asked.
Now you've done it.
Done what exactly?
So you want to know about us? Let's sing you a song. Tell you who we are, what we're all about, and where that fear comes from. 'Cause we call ourselves Scorchies. What does that mean to you? It's sad that you don't know us, so we'll teach you with this tune. We are the Scorchies, your magic puppet pals from space. We are the Scorchies, let's see a smile on that face. A long time ago, our planet was doomed. We got invaded, it all went kaboom. Luckily, we were smart, we found a way to depart. Leave our saddle war behind, the answer was inside our hearts. We lost our world, our bodies too. So we took these forms to play with you. We are the Scorchies, we hope our origin was clear. We are the Scorchies, now let's tell you why we're here. Now we travel all of space, riding television waves to share our fun with everyone. Guess what we do once we're done? I said, guess what we do once we're done?
Oh, you film it all and take it with you?
Nope, we burn the planet to the ground.
What?
We lost our bodies so much more, it's not fair to still out here. Since we're stuck in puppets, now we'll burn the planet to the ground. We are the Scorchies, that's really how we got our name. We are the Scorchies, now you understand our fame. We are the Scorchies, your magic puppet pals with face. We are the Scorchies, let's see a smile on that face.
That. You've done that.
Yeah. My bad.
The dozens of Scorchies, having revealed themselves during their musical number, all take a knee and bow their plush heads as the lights in the room dim.
Wow, they're really upping the theatrics this time, eh? You know it, baby.
Spotlights appear at the top of a large topped object in the center of the room, and a small figure appears at the top.
Don't you worry, the king is here.
Hopping down, the puppet slides along the top, all the way to the ground. Lands only a meter away from the Doctor and Jessie. He strikes a pose, and the Scorchies all around whoop and cheer.
Thank you very much. It took a while, but I've finally seen everything.
Are you supposed to be Elvis?
You know it, darling. What are you doing here, beneath a prison? This is hardly how you normally go about conquering a planet. Well, I don't know. Maybe we empathize with the tin cans upstairs, stuck inside somewhere they don't want to be. That's sort of our M.O., you know. No, you're a lot of things, but empathetic is not one of them. All right, you caught me, but I just couldn't go on telling you our plan all willy-nilly like. That just wouldn't be proper. Of course not. But we already know that you're the ones that have been making the Daleks and some of the humans sing. It won't be long until I get to the bottom of how. Wait, really? How'd you figure that out? For one, you just told me. But it really wasn't that large of a leap in logic.
Okay, so is every evil alien race actually just harmless and adorable?
Oh, I see. Y'all ain't taking us seriously. Let me rectify that.
The King Scorchy holds out its hand, the tassels on his sleeve dangling with every moment. Another Scorchy, a stuffed bear, hands him a glowing orange weapon.
Have a laugh at this.
The puppet activates the weapon, sending a blast of heat right at the two. Hopping to their feet, they narrowly avoid the shot, as it leaves a black scorch mark on the metallic floor behind them.
All right, good talk. Jessie, I believe it's time we make our exit.
The king sends out another blast from the heat ray, melting a hole in several crates behind Jessie. The light from each fire reflecting off his tiny sunglasses, the puppet laughs maniacally. As Jessie and the Doctor sprint toward the door, jumping over the scorches and dodging heat rays, the voices around the room sing to them once again.
The Doctor's here to save the day, but he can't get in our way. see just what's at hand. If you somehow stay alive, you'll have to wait for our surprise. All we'll say is you're in danger, so for now it's a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger. A cliffhanger.
I'll just say it. Today has really been more than I bargained for.
Whizzing his sonic around, the Doctor locks the door behind them and seals up the ventilation grate they had entered just minutes before. They both lean against the wall, sliding down to have a seat on the floor, exhausted.
Evil puppets. How is that a real thing?
Honestly, I'm as surprised as you. I haven't seen the Scorches in so long, I was beginning to assume they were just a bad dream I had.
Well, if our nightmares are coming true, be on the lookout for my 8th grade English teacher. She's been haunting me for years now.
Oh, there's got to be a story behind this one.
She just had these really long nails, like 4 inches each. Watching her hold a pen was a trip. And like, her dentures would come loose when she was talking sometimes. I don't know, she just really wigged me out.
Trust me, I get it. When I was a lad, there was this man who used to walk the desert outside the Citadel. I never knew what for, but he had this long, scraggly beard. I actually thought I might get tangled up in it like a web.
Seriously?
I know. But when I eventually talked to him, he was very nice. The beard was never an issue.
The two share a moment together in content silence.
I'm glad things are back to normal. I just mean this. I miss talking with you. I'm glad we're back to normal.
Jessie's smile withers to a frown when she stands up off the ground.
I'm not just gonna gloss over this. I still need an explanation out of you.
I've told you, an explanation won't suffice. I just need you to trust that I have your best interests at heart.
How can I trust someone who's constantly lying to me?
Jessie, that's not fair. You know that—
Not fair? Really? It sounds pretty damn fair to me.
Jessie, please.
Jessie storms away, leaving the Doctor slumped against the wall, alone. Above him, up in the air ducts, a group of peeping eyes watch on.
Ow! They're having a fight!
This is great! Like a free soap opera!
I wonder if the Doctor will figure out our plan!
Or if he and Jessie will make up soon!
Oh yeah! I need to know what happens next!
Will Jessie calm down and control her anger? What's the Doctor's ship without Jessie as his anchor?
I guess for now, it'll just have to be our cliffhanger. We'll see you all back here after a brief intermission.
Hey! That's my line!
years.
I was talking to the audience.
Oh, gotcha.
Are you quite finished?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Wonderful. Pacing down the empty prison halls, Jessie laments her current situation.
I can't believe him. How he's so bright yet so dim. Can't he see he's pushing me away? I don't know what's left to say. Wait,
Jessie stops in place, her eyes widening.
that definitely rhymed. I heard it just now and I didn't mean to say that out loud. Or that, or this. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Slapping her hands over her mouth, Jessie scans the hallway for a place to hide. Spotting a single open cell door labeled 605, she jogs inside. Sliding the door mostly shut, Jessie takes special care not to lock herself in.
Okay, there we go. If someone saw me like this, I might get locked up too. Also getting caught singing to myself, how embarrassing. Hey, that didn't rhyme.
Taking a moment to consider her surroundings, Jessie takes a deep breath and tries again.
Okay, how about now? I'm talking, no, nothing. I was singing in the hallway, but not in here? Is there something special about this room, or maybe how I'm standing? No, that's stupid. I'm sure a doctor could figure this out. Of course he'd keep it all a secret and lie about it through his teeth. I hate that fake smile. I just want to know what's underneath. Oh, talking about the doctor, that's what does it. The doctor is a really old alien with red hair. He wears Mickey Mouse gloves and likes to bake cookies. Wait, it stopped?
Scrunching up her face in deep thought, Jessie tries to work through the rules of this strange singing spell. Her eyes light up, an idea forming. She takes another deep breath.
Lately, I keep thinking of my mom and dad. I love all this adventuring, but they probably miss me bad. They expect so much out of me, and I just can't get them to see. I dread the day that I will be a college undergrad. Oh, it's emotion.
Pacing in quick circles now, Jessie tries to work through the logic of it all.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If I'm mad at the doctor or feeling sad or guilty, it starts to come out in song. But, well, maybe it's not emotion. I felt other things today and I didn't start singing. Unless it might be repressed emotion? I guess there's only one way to be sure.
Peeking out the cracked door, Jessie makes one final check to ensure she's alone.
Okay. Here we go. Doc, I've seen enough of your smile. Even though when we first met it looked so great. But that's all I've seen, and we've traveled for a while. And recently it's starting to look oh so fake. Oh, there's so much that you tell me, but maybe not enough of what you say. So maybe just for once, you can tell me how to play the game, to play your endless game. Why don't you open up? Just talk to me. smooth over this feud. I'd spin a tale of missing home and how I'm through with you. But your stubborn shell just wouldn't crack. Now I'm left uncertain of how I can continue on. Is it time to call the curtain? Oh, Baba, please just grant me some of your unending wisdom. Should I leave the doctor now and finalize this schism? Because I've seen enough of that smile, the one I used to think was oh so good. And now all I think is that it's vile, because you won't show me your true face. Oh, there's so much that you tell me, but maybe not enough of what you say. So please, just one last time, can you tell me how to play the game? I need you to say, 'cause I'm gone after today. I'm gone after.
Stopping mid-lyric, Jessie spots something from the corner of her eye. Through the crack in the doorway, a single eye is peering in to watch her.
Hi?
His face returning to its familiar shade of red. Private Barney jumps back from the door.
So sorry. Wrong room.
Dashing away down the hall, Barney holds his face in his hands, mortified.
Hey, wait, I can explain.
Jessie tries to follow him, but by the time she exits the cell, Barney has vanished from view. On the other side of the prison facility, Warden Alvin sits at her desk, pensively staring out at the Dalek containment yard below. Absent-mindedly chewing on a pen, she tries to look at the paperwork on her desk, but her eyes keep getting drawn back to the observation window. Startled, the warden is pulled back into reality. Getting up to open her office door, she's greeted by one of the guards, saluting.
Ma'am, Private Gayle reporting.
Gayle? At ease. What do you need?
Well, ma'am?
The warden returns to her seat at the desk, and Gayle shuffles her feet in place, nervously.
It's my first week on duty, ma'am. I know this facility is secure, but to hear them singing, mocking us? These are the same monsters that nearly wiped us off the planet. They killed so many of our ancestors.
Private, do you find yourself feeling thoughts of hatred? Malice?
Oh, of course not. That shouldn't be possible, right?
The warden gestures to the window, alluding to the singing Daleks just outside.
I normally wouldn't think so, but we're living in strange times.
Oh, I see. Rest assured, ma'am, if I ever felt that way, I'd resign, effective immediately. My problem is, well, they didn't prepare us for this. I'm nervous. No. Afraid. I'm afraid.
Is that all? Here, I thought you had bad news for me, Private.
Ma'am?
Fear is good. It's wonderful. It's one of the many things that separates us from them. If you had come in here and told me you weren't afraid of this new development, then we'd have a problem.
Really?
Yes, really.
The warden stands and makes her way over to the wall opposite of her desk. On the right, hang several pictures of her family, a husband and 2 children. On the left, a line of pictures, different men and women in uniform.
For more than 2 centuries, this facility has stood tall. 200 years, and you know how many incidents we've had in that time? Just 5. Statistically, you're more likely to die on the drive up here than in 20 years of service.
Holding out her hand, the warden waves toward the pictures of people in uniform.
Every warden who takes this job swears an oath to protect the people of this planet, their crew, and then themselves, in that order. If you're afraid for yourself, remember this. I prioritize your life higher than my own. And if you're afraid for the planet, for the people outside, I'd sooner bring this whole place down than let a single one of them get hurt. You understand?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I'll see you at your next debriefing.
Smiling wide, Private Gayle salutes her warden before making an about face to leave the room. Watching her close the door, Warden Alvin lets out a sigh before pacing over to the observation window, staring down at the Daleks, all bustling about and singing to themselves. A cold scowl creeps across her face.
Any amount of hatred and you'd resign immediately? It's just not that simple, Private.
Pressing one hand up against the glass, the warden peers down at her prisoners.
Like all living things, they deserve time to learn, grow, and change. These Daleks aren't a menace. These Daleks could befriend us. It's just that these Daleks...
Ugh, forget it.
They'll condemn us. You know it's true, Maeve.
Daleks are to blame, while I wait all day for their hate to fade. That didn't keep my family safe. Oh, this feeling, like burning red-hot fire. It tears away my common sense and makes things seem so dire.
Is it hatred that I feel? That couldn't possibly be real. Is the very thing that makes me about to be revealed?
No, think of them. Your daughter and your boy, and your loving husband. Your family brought you joy.
It was a simple accident that led to their demise.
The Daleks can still change their ways. Ugh, enough with all these lies!
You didn't even get to tell your children goodbye. I don't know why I feel this hate for the first time, but I know that this way is truer than the way we've been designed. I'll burn it all away. I'll finally receive retribution for that day from this Dalek menace that mocks me with their hate. But soon they'll see that I've begun to feel the same way.
Just a push of this button under my desk here will destroy this cursed place and put an end to all these tears.
The people of my world could rest easy once again, and all I'd need is to bring this prison to an end. My crew and I would surely die, and yes, it would be tragic.
But to finally smite these wretched blights and burn them all to ashes.
A small sacrifice on history, but a blemish would finally put an end to this
Breathing heavy, Warden Alvin's finger rests above a small button on the underside of her desk. Having removed the security hatch moments earlier, her finger is only a few centimeters away from destroying the prison and everyone in it. She takes a deep breath. Startled, she quickly composes herself and returns the safety settings on the button.
Yes? Come in.
Warden, you're not going to believe this. I found the source of the singing.
What? You have?
Yes, it's the Scorchies. They've invaded your prison. Last I saw, they were holed up in one of your storage rooms, although I assume they've moved by now.
I'm not familiar, but we should be able to find them on our security system.
Pulling up a keyboard, the warden activates a holographic screen depicting the layout of the prison. Red and green spots litter the map.
We have constant surveillance of movement and heat signatures. All guards are in green, and every prisoner is red.
Well, Scorchies don't give off any heat. They're inherently incorporeal, beings made of mental energy, inhabiting the bodies of small puppets.
They're what?
Trust me, I know. May I?
Plugging his sonic into the port of a desk, the doctor rapidly taps the keys. After a moment, an assortment of purple dots appear on the screen as well, all surrounding one very large purple dot.
Wait, what's that? What did you do?
Calibrated your heat sensors to also pick up excess psychic energy. Very technical process. I can explain later if you'd like. Right now, I have to go confirm a hunch.
And what would that be?
See that big dot in the center there? I think that's how they've been making the Daleks, and the people here, sing. Almost forgot to mention that. Jessie started rhyming earlier.
She did? Well, that's good. I'm glad you're on the case, Doctor.
About to step out the door, the doctor is stopped in place by Jessie, who's just arrived.
Oh, rad, you're here. I figured out how the singing works.
Stellar job. You can tell me on the way. Hop to it.
Racing out the door, the doctor makes his way down the hall to find the Scorchies. After sharing a quick glance with the warden, Jessie follows close behind. Walking briskly down the prison halls, the doctor leads Jessie to the supposed location of the Scorchies.
Repressed emotions. I suppose that does make sense. Daleks are always angry, but that's it. Here's plenty of ammunition for singing. Of course, that just leaves the question, why? Why would you want Daleks to sing?
Maybe it's a distraction, like they wanted to make a big scene so they could break them all out.
Perhaps. But this has only increased surveillance around here. If that was a Scorchie's plan, it's failed.
Coming to a stop in front of the maintenance door, the doctor checks its number.
427! This is it. Whatever the Scorchies are up to, they're keeping it in here. I believe this is some sort of presentation hall, so...
Go there! Stop!
Eyes widening, Jessie and the doctor both slowly turn around to see two silver Daleks slide towards them. Armed with heat weapons, in the place of their usual gun sticks, they keep them trained on the two.
Oh, hello! I'm sorry, but I believe playtime has concluded. The headmaster probably wants you to return to class.
You know, you're not as funny as you think you are.
Excuse me?
Shut up! I said I'd handle it!
Strangely, one of the Daleks seems to scold the other. The doctor stands perfectly still, baffled.
Look, just give us the solid thing, or we'll shoot you!
That's not how Daleks speak. Not even close. And this isn't singing either.
Can we worry about that after they point the gun somewhere else?
You should listen to the girl.
Slowly reaching into his breast pocket, the doctor removes his sonic screwdriver and holds it out at the Dalek before him. It goes to take it with its suction arm, but fumbles for a moment.
Oh, come on! How do I thought it was the red knob. No, it's the green one. Green? I don't see a single green. Forget it.
With a soft hiss, the metallic dome of one of the Daleks spins open, and two blue felt hands pop out from the top, followed by a fluffy body. A Scorchie had been piloting the Dalek casing.
Give me that!
Snatching the sonic out of the doctor's hand, the Scorchie sighs as it stores it down inside of the armor.
You've stolen their casings! How did you possibly manage that?
With another hiss, the second Dalek shell opens up, revealing a green Scorchie in a top hat.
It wasn't exactly hard! You were so distracted by all the singing!
Hey! You know the boss wants to explain the plan.
All cinematic and everything. Oh, yeah, whoops.
Reaching down into the casing, the green Scorchy pulls out a silver weapon with a glowing white light at the end.
Anyway, don't resist, yada yada yada, I'm sure you get it.
Whoa, hey, what's that thing?
Now hold on just a minute, I'm sure we can...
The doctor is cut short as the Scorchy fires the weapon. With a bright burst of white light, both the doctor and Jessie fall to the floor, unconscious. Her eyes glued to the display, Warden Alvin watches the two green dots leave her office. Jessie and the doctor head toward the Scorchies. Activating her communicator, she brings it up to her mouth.
Davis, the doctor has located the source of the singing. He didn't give much detail, but he's heading toward the primary auditorium. I'd like you to lead a squad down there as backup. Davis, do you read me?
Ma'am, there's been an escape.
What? Where?
You don't understand. It's all of them. Something in the containment bay. All the cells. It's chaos in here.
Restrict them! Deactivate their movement!
We tried that. Only half of them stopped. The other half, they're moving all about, and they're acting strange. They don't sound like Daleks at all.
What? What does that mean? The singing?
No, this is different. Oh god, they got weapons.
Weapons? What kind? Davis! What kind of weapons?
Hearing nothing but static, the warden quickly rises to her feet, slinging a heat gun over her shoulder. She prepares to head down to the containment floor. As she does, her eyes catch the safety latch, covering the prison detonation trigger beneath her desk. She contemplates it once again.
No. I can't believe I need to be better.
Heading toward the door, the warden is stopped in place as it swings open, revealing Private Barney on the other side.
Barney? What are you doing here?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you need to know. SYNOPSIS has escaped, and
Along with every other prisoner. I'm aware.
Wait, really?
Yes, and if you'd step aside, I'm about to go deal with it.
But ma'am, that's not all. The singing, it affects people too, not just the Daleks.
Preaching to the choir here, Private. The doctor has located the source of the singing, apparently an invading force known as the Scorchies. He said he and Jessie went to investigate. Now, if you'd step aside?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Moving out of her way, Private Barney allows the warden to exit her office, and she dashes down the hall toward the containment floor.
The doctor and Jessie went to investigate.
Peeking his head into the office, Barney spots the holographic screen at the front of the warden's desk. Slowly pacing inside, he marvels at the display for a moment.
I've never seen purple dots before. Wait.
Zooming in on a room in the lower quadrant, Barney inspects two green dots, surrounded by dozens of purple and red ones.
Doctor and Jessie invade in force.
The blood draining from Barney's face. He pieces it all together.
They've been captured. No, Jessie's been captured.
Frantically scanning the room, Barney spots a weapon, a heat rifle, mounted on the wall behind the warden's desk. Pulling it down, he activates it and sprints out into the hall.
Jessie! I'm coming!
His feet slam against the concrete floor as he makes his way toward the primary auditorium. But he's stopped in his tracks as someone familiar slides in to block his path.
You insolent human! Why do you shout her name?
SYNOPSIS? Look, I don't have the time right now. Jessie's in trouble.
Barney tries to step around SYNOPSIS, but it raises its own heat weapon in response.
The one known as Jessie. She requires assistance.
Whoa, hey, you never want to hurt anyone. And where'd you get that gun? Actually, why do you even care? Just go back to your cell.
I will not! I will assist Jessie!
Oh, that's right. You said you like her too. But Daleks don't like anyone. I don't get it.
My reasoning is not important. Why would a lower life form such as yourself risk potential extermination for this girl? Do you lack any sense of self-preservation?
Well, I mean, hey, I asked you first.
Then you may answer first.
Ha! Okay, yeah, fine.
Ever since I can remember, I was just the guy who screwed up every time I tried to prove myself to those who looked down on me from their place of confidence with their happiness. So I stopped trying to be anything but me, and all that left me with was this emptiness. And then I met her.
Jessie changed your point of view, and she made you see a way that could lead to fulfillment in your misery and lift you up to see new glory. Is this your story?
Yes, you understand how I had no plan for my life. I was just drifting by until the day I died. And then I met her.
And then you met her. Resigned to never feel fulfilled. My days were empty still. Went on living like a Dalek does until she saw past my metal hide and saw the filmy inside the day I met her.
The day you met her.
The day I met her.
The day you met her. This girl has given me a reason to feel free.
She isn't cold like my contemporaries,
and her smile makes me feel like I could fly up
into the sky, raining fire down on the innocents below.
Well, not that part, no. But still I love her so. We will fight to save her precious life. And so this is for the woman we adore. We live our lives now because you've shown us how there can be something more. Something more. Something more. Something more.
So we agreed then. Jessie comes before everything else.
Correct.
Alright then. Let's go save her.
Understood.
Welling up with determination, the two quickly make their way toward the primary auditorium.
Huh? What? Where are we?
Her eyes fluttering open, Jessie quickly shields them from the bright spotlight pointed directly on her. Sitting up, she inspects the surface below her, a hard wooden floor. To her left and right, red curtains. She's on a stage.
Good morning, darling. You have yourself a nice little nap there?
Squinting through the bright light shining on her face, Jessie peers out into the auditorium stretched out before her. Staring back is a sea of Daleks gathered together like a concert audience. Behind them all, the King Scorchy sits atop a giant object covered in a tarp from when they first met.
Whoa! Whoa, what's going on? Why am I on a stage?
Because, little lady, it's time for the Time Lord and his tag-along to sing us a little song.
Oh, Doctor!
Spotting the doctor lying on the stage next to her, Jessie slides over to him.
Doctor, hey! Doctor, can you hear me?
I'm sure he'll wake up in due time. For now, how about I reveal our master plan and get you properly shaken in those snow boots?
Grabbing one edge of the top with his felt hands, the king prepares to leap off of the gigantic object.
This right here is the secret to our whole operation.
Let me guess. A machine that releases a constant psychoelectric pulse, as subtle as background radiation that heightens latent emotions and activates the temporal and occipital lobes of the mind, inducing involuntary singing.
Slowly sitting up, the doctor pitches his idea at the king. Furrowing his tiny brow, the puppet pulls down the top, revealing an enormous machine cobbled together from various pieces of broken tech.
Oh, you just gotta suck the fun out of everything, don't you? I had a whole song planned out and everything.
Well, you could tell me why. I haven't pieced that part together just yet.
Groggy, the doctor holds his head as he slowly rises to his feet.
Fine, but it just won't be the same. I see you've met a few of our brand new scorching Dalek hybrids. What did you think?
Well, hybrid is quite the stretch. They're sort of just piloting around the casings. But it's still very impressive. How did you manage that?
The power of song, baby. We made them express things they've been holding back for a very long time. With the Daleks going mad and the guards all confused, neither really noticed when we started hijacking their wheels.
So it really was just a distraction?
The doctor gives Jessie a nudge on the arm.
You get a point for that one.
But why steal Dalek armor? I don't get it. If you can make people sing whenever you want...
That don't stop them from shooting us, I'm afraid. So, we stole impenetrable armor from this group of dummies. They've got some of the only guns in the universe to work on Daleks. And they won't even use them. Can't believe this planet hasn't been burned down yet. But we'll get to it quicker than a jackrabbit in a hurricane, believe me. As soon as we're done here.
Right, and what is here exactly?
Gesturing down to the audience, the doctor points out dozens of Dalek shells, each with a scorchy fit snugly inside.
You've got your armor. All that's left is to break out. Why trap us here? I hate to break it to you, but Warden Alvin won't negotiate for hostages.
Pacing forward to the front of the stage, the doctor goes to point at the king, but is stopped by a bright blue spark at the tip of his finger.
Ouch! Electric barrier? Really?
That's right. As soon as you stepped foot in this prison, we knew we couldn't let you leave. That's when we hatched this funky little number. We're gonna kill you right on that stage, right where you're standing. If you'd like to live a little longer, I'll make you a deal. We won't touch either of you, as long as you're singing.
Excuse me? Why would you?
To be the ones who killed the mythical doctor and humiliated him in his last moments? I don't think it really needs all that much explaining.
Now, wait just a moment. There must be some way that we can...
That don't sound like singing, does it? Boys?
All across the audience, every Scorchy manipulates their Dalek casing, pointing their stolen heat weapons directly at the doctor.
Oh dear. All right. Perhaps we can...
The weapons begin to glow a bright red, charging to fire.
I'm petrified, worried that in this moment I will die.
Jessie?
Doctor, don't you understand? To save our lives, we've got one chance. We have to sing together now, or this will be our final bow.
All right, well,
The singing comes from the heart. The fear I'm feeling here and now is only enough to start. I feel it fading so fast, which means that we'll be doomed. To keep my singing song alive, I need to change my tune. Doctor, let me tell you the news. I got a bad case of pissed off at you. No matter where we go or what I say or what I do, you talk and talk and talk and never tell me the truth.
I really don't think...
No, you don't. That's the problem.
Jessie, I haven't changed at all.
You have. The writing's on the wall. It wasn't long till the cracks started showing. A rift between the two of us was very quickly growing. I'd ask a simple question and you'd leave me perplexed. You'd rather battle monsters than talk about your ex? Me and those poor orphans, we nearly lost our lives. Also, you could shy away from telling me about your wife?
You're right, and I meant to tell you then.
Doctor, can't you see that I just want to be let in? I care about your past romance because you are my closest friend.
I know, it's just... Wait, I am?
And then, of course, that leads us to the darkest day we've shared. We faced that evil demon, and we were so unprepared. Sam and Ted and Reagan too, we lost them to that monster. They might still be alive today, to live and grow and prosper, if you'd given us a clue. But you didn't. Why, Doctor? Your smile hangs upon your face, a mask to hide the truth. But Doctor, I can't take much more, and so I am leaving you.
There is this wall inside my mind, guarding my soul. Not long before our paths first crossed, I fought a war, everyone lost, lives were thrown away, my heart's burned with ache, my own life blinked out, I died that day. But I made it through, refreshed and renewed to travel the stars, but there still were scars, a wall in my mind that I couldn't climb, a part of myself I think lost to time.
A wall inside your mind unseen. Why would you hide something like that from me?
Preventing me from feeling low, from fear, from hate, from anger. This wall has stolen half my life. I worry I'm in danger. To those I've loved and lost before, I can barely see their memory. And if this wall scared you away, I knew I'd be alone for centuries.
The two, deeply immersed in song, watched by the scorchies all along. None can see far in the back as the two misfits plan their attack.
Sexo 5, look, there she is! Trapped on stage, she's their hostage!
We must be quick, no time to waste, to save her from her current fate!
You're right, I know, but what to do? Trigger happy puppets fill the room.
The plan is simple, act as bait, meanwhile I'll exterminate!
Shoving Barney toward the ground, he stumbles, nearly falling down. Knocking into Dalek shells, the scorchies inside flip the felt. To see intruders here alive, they lift their guns, prepare to fire.
Detention grabbed back is turned away. 605 sets them ablaze.
Unsuspected friendly fire, a Dalek burns them at the pyre.
But back up on the theater stage, the two friends sing inside their cage.
You worried that your mental block would make me run away. But don't you see this secret is what was causing my dismay?
I understand, I really do, that this pushed me away from you. But in my worry you would leave. I found I simply couldn't speak. This wall that encircles my pain, it has a tricky feature. Because this wall scares me too, I can't speak of it either.
Doctor, I'm so sorry. I never knew that you were hurting. If I couldn't think of those I'd lost to feel that constant yearning.
No, it was my mistake. I should have found a way to tell you your fear and your confusion. You deserve to hear the truth.
Down below, the burst of heat turns scorches into ashes.
As Barney and 605 run their crusade of passion.
After centuries of disdain for killing I've endured, I finally found a reason to murder that feels pure. For Jessie I will bear any burden in existence. All of you burn to the ground and spare me your resistance.
Hopping over felled Daleks and scorches stuffing. Private Barney brandishes his weapon, fearing nothing.
I'm burning you all to the ground, but not because I hate you. I love Jessie, that's the reason why I must cremate you. And now I see for the first time I'm cool, collected, and effective. It must be my new purpose that's given me perspective.
Seeing his men burning, King Scorchy finally looks away to see his troops in ruin, distracting from his custom play.
What's this? My people! They've all been melted down the tar. You there! You'll pay for this, I'll leave you black and charred.
King fires off his gun which grazes 605, who just pushed Barney out of the way, keeping him alive.
My purpose here is finally clear. I'll exterminate the king. Just promise me you'll save Jessie after everything.
I promise 605 on my life, I swear it. To keep her safe at any cost or burden, I will bear it.
With that, the dented Dalek starts off his rapid march toward the machine and the king that made the singing start. Dodging blasts of burning heat aimed at his silver shell, the Dalek faces down his final gauntlet into hell!
Jessie, I apologize. I made you worry so.
Doctor, I would never leave you stranded and alone.
I promise that with your help, we'll find a fix for this.
And I'll be there right by your side. We're done with the secrets, and we finally got a chance to say all the words we needed. I can finally play your game. I know that we can beat them.
The light inside my brightest dream has brought me to new heights.
For my purest of impurities, I'll gladly pay this price.
Colliding with the Scorchy singing machine, 605 detonates, sending the contraption up in a burst of blazing white flames. At the very top, a burning King Scorchy is launched into the ceiling.
Elvis is leaving the building! Whoa!
Tumbling to the ground, the burning remains of the machine crash into the force field surrounding the stage. And with a flicker, it disappears. Grinning wide, the Doctor waves for Jessie and Barney to come along.
Follow me!
Just as they reach the doorway, Warden Alvin swings it open.
There you are! Come on, this way!
On second thought, follow her!
Narrowly dodging stray blasts of heat from the Daleks throughout the prison halls, Warden Alvin leads the Doctor, Jessie, and Barney toward her office. They pass by several more Daleks, angrily blasting one another.
You have engaged in impure emotional expression. You will be exterminated. Your assessment disregards your own compliance. You will be exterminated. Exterminate!
Why are they fighting? Are some of them Scorchies?
No, they all just realized they've been singing this whole time. They can't wait to weed out their own impurities, even if that means they all have to die. They've already destroyed nearly all of our security systems, so we have to be quick. This way.
Leading the group into her office, the woman slams the door shut behind them, before quickly activating the display on her desk.
Just as I thought. All of our external defenses are down. But there, in the eastern quadrant, there seems to be several passages the Daleks haven't broken into yet.
I see. You're planning an evacuation? That entrance is nearest to my TARDIS. I could get everyone out.
Perfect. Now we just need... the damned comms are down! I can't tell my crew the plan!
No worries. I'm on it.
Private?
Cocking the heat rifle in his hands, Private Barney flashes the group a grin.
I'll handle it, ma'am.
The Warden gives Barney a nod, and he dashes out of the room.
Was he always so confident?
All right, Warden. What's the plan to contain the Daleks once we've made our escape? Do you really trust they'll all just kill each other in the chaos?
Not in the slightest. Which is why we aren't escaping. You are.
Reaching beneath her desk, the Warden flips open the safety latch, revealing the metallic red button.
Now wait a minute. Is that...
The prison detonation command, yes. It'll vaporize every prisoner at once.
With you included?
That is one of the drawbacks, yes.
Mavis, come on. Let me handle that.
I swore an oath to protect the people of this world, my crew, and then myself. In that order.
Mavis.
You've been on the payroll since this place was founded. That makes you one of my crew. Now take Jessie and get out of here.
This is ridiculous. We both know that if I stay behind, there's a chance I might actually survive. Besides, you have a family to go home to.
No, Doctor. No, I don't. They were killed during an escape. A freak accident several years back. And today, I got so angry. I missed them so much. That I almost blew this place sky high, with you and everyone else in it.
Oh, Maeve.
Please, Doctor, allow me this. To make things right.
Wiping a tear from her eye, the Warden places her finger on the button, giving a solemn nod. The Doctor takes Jessie by the hand to lead her out of the room.
Give us 5 minutes. I promise I'll get everyone out. Every single one.
Warden Alvin smiles through the tears, now flowing steadily.
Thank you, Doctor.
The Doctor and Jessie quickly exit the room, leaving Warden Mavis Alvin alone. She watches intently as the green dots on her monitor are rounded up and escorted out of the prison, likely by Private Barney. Outside her door, the sound of screaming Daleks and firing heat weapons grow continuously louder, and the red dots on her display confirm they're getting closer. Finger trained on the button, Mavis shudders as the Dalek slams itself against her door, looking to end her life. Holding her breath, she watches intently as the final cluster of green dots make their way through the eastern quadrant and out of the prison. She lets out a sigh of relief. Content.
Always Always.
Squeezing her eyes shut, Warden Alvin pushes the button.
The faint sound of Christmas music dances through the air, beneath the chatter of various partygoers. The sound, quite unexpected, causes Warden Alvin to open her eyes. Before her is the distinct hexagonal shape of the TARDIS control console, albeit one wrapped in garland and used to hang several Christmas stockings. Spinning around, the Warden surveys her surroundings. All about, her guards laugh and mingle while munching on biscuits and sipping mugs of hot chocolate. Her eyes lock onto the Doctor, who grins wide as he approaches her.
There she is, our guest of honor. Warden Alvin, everyone!
Doctor? What happened? I thought...
I said I'd save everyone, didn't I?
But how? I pushed the button right when you all escaped. How?
It's a time machine. Everyone keeps forgetting that. Technically, the prison exploded long before we got back to the TARDIS. But since everyone was out by then, there weren't any pesky timeline shenanigans to worry about. So, we just popped in and scooped you up right as you pressed the button.
Incredible. And the party?
Oh, you can thank your staff for that one. Once I explained the situation, they all agreed that you deserve a break. So go on, relax, have a biscuit. I baked those fresh just now, you know.
Doctor, you shouldn't have come back for me. I don't deserve this, really.
Oh, I won't hear another word of that. If I get a second chance, then you definitely deserve one. And if that's not enough for you, think of it as a present. From me to you.
A present?
Yes. Merry Christmas, Maeve. Now, go have some fun.
Smiling warmly, she turns to walk toward a group of her guards, who all let out a cheer for their warden, the woman who saved their lives. Up on the elevated walkway, Jessie lets out a laugh as she speaks to a group of guards.
Hey, I need a refill. I'll be back in just a sec.
Turning away from the group, Jessie heads down the stairway where she sees Private Barney patiently waiting. He gives her a small wave, and she walks over to him.
Barney, hey, what's up?
Hey, Jessie. I just wanted to apologize for being so weird around you.
Oh, don't worry about it. It was just a little crush that the scorching machine blew out of proportion, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't think it was the machine.
At this, Jessie's eyes widen.
Oh no, don't worry. I don't still feel like that.
Oh, thank God. Wait, not like that. I don't mean...
No, it's fine. I get it. I probably creeped you out. Anyway, what I meant was, before today, I never really had a reason. Why I was working at this prison. My dad did it, and so did his dad, so I did too. And when I met you, I thought, maybe you could be my reason. It sounds dumb, I know.
No, I think I get what you mean. I don't know if I really have a why yet myself, but I've thought about it before.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Today, stopping those Daleks, saving you and the Doctor. It felt great. I had a purpose, a job to do, and I didn't mess it up. It's just a little disappointing. I finally figure out how to stop being a screw-up, and the prison gets vaporized. Now I have to find a new reason, a new why.
I don't think you'll have to look very hard.
Jessie nods her head over to the table in the corner, where Private Gayle is watching them talk from afar. Blushing, she quickly averts her eyes.
She's been doing that ever since you let everyone out of the prison. You should go talk to her.
Wait, really? Are you sure?
Very. Take care, Barney.
Walking down the stairs to the main floor, Jessie contemplates refilling her drink for a moment, before deciding to step outside instead. Closing the TARDIS door behind her, she turns around to see the Doctor, standing on a small hill just a few feet away. Watching him silently stare up at the sky for a moment, she decides to join him.
2 moons, huh? I know I've seen a lot of stuff with you by now, but even something as simple as that is still pretty cool.
They are lovely, aren't they? That smaller one there, it actually revolves around the bigger one, which revolves around this planet. It's a sight to see from down here, from up in space, from any perspective, really.
Is that what you wanted to show me? When we came here, you said we couldn't see it yet because it wasn't nighttime.
Oh no. Unfortunately, I think we simply missed our opportunity for that. It's a seasonal occurrence where the snow...
I still want you to take me home. To my parents. For Christmas.
Oh, right. Of course. Right after the party wraps up, then.
Yeah, I think so.
The two share a moment of silence, staring out toward the lunar bodies in the sky.
Jessie, I really should apologize again. I never...
Just don't wait till New Year's to pick me up, alright? A whole week of my mom nagging at me would be like a major pain.
Surprised, the doctor turns to Jessie, who gives him a wry smile.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Whoa.
The two turn their attention back to the sky as a sprinkling of glowing snowflakes begin to flutter down toward them. Reds, blues, greens, every color of the rainbow. The shimmering specks slowly fill up the atmosphere, illuminating the skyline with a warm, bright glow.
These are...
Radical.
Stellar.
Well, how was that for a Christmas special? I want to give an enormous thank you to my composers and sound design team who poured weeks of their lives into making this episode what it was. To pump out a feature-length musical in roughly a month is no small feat by any means, and they all deserve a break over this holiday season. That leads me to my next announcement. The new 13 Series 11 will be taking a 2-month hiatus to get a nice head start on all of what we have planned for the back half of the season. Now don't worry, you won't be starved of Doctor Who content. In the meantime, I will be putting out 2 super short mini episodes to tide you over, airing on January and February 25th, respectively. Hopefully, that can keep you all satiated while we work to make some seriously stellar Doctor Who content. I want to thank every one of you at home watching this series as you make this all possible. Another huge thank you to my production team as well, and finally, my generous patrons, with a special shout out to Evilly Nice Nava. Their support means the world to me. Merry Christmas, everyone, and stay frosty.